So 15 minutes for the senior Rotax drivers, and it is the GP plate holder Morgan Porter starting on pole position. Tom Edmonds alongside him on the front row. Nelson King and Lewis Gilbert are on row 2. Teddy Clinton and Joseph Taylor will start from row 3. Kai Hunter and Tom Adams share the 4th row of the grid, with Luke Wooder and James Tomzett rounding out the top 10. Ryan Taylor Truman and Josh Powlane complete the 6th row of the grid, with Ben Casely and James Lowther next. Lennox Lewis Malin and Sam Stansbury on row 8. Will Ellswood and Lewis Halliday on row number 9. Ben Burgess and Jack Stedman complete your top 20 alongside George Holbrook and Spencer Shinner. Jensen Watts and Ryan Luscombe complete the top 2 dozen, with Alex Baker 25th, Josh Pullen 26th. Then it's Riley Stevenson and Chris Simpson, Mash's Magic Hamera and Rob Ellis complete your top 30. Matt Armstrong, Tiernan Rourke, Reese Hunter and Edward Matthews complete the order. Now, Reese Hunter, watch for driver number 5. If he can get through this race and pick up 20 or so positions, he is there. And also the number 18 Coles Racing kart of Ed Matthews is also out there. Now, there's still karts coming onto the grid, so we're going to have a delay of approximately 3 or 4 minutes, I would imagine.
Going to hold you to that.
Well, you can have another sit down, and what we will do, we will see if I can. Now, I will try. The disembodied voice in my head has been speaking to me again today. I will try and communicate back to the disembodied voice in my head and say, I wonder if we can go to maybe a little feature on some of the drivers that we got featured. We've just seen Timo Jungling take a win. Let's speak to his dad about why he's become a privateer this year.
My name is Michael Jungling. I look after my 2 boys. Ralph and Timo Jungling, we race in Honda Cadets. We started when they were 6 and we've moved up since then. Typically we've been in teams before, but we made the decision about a year ago to go as privateers. And the reason for that is I'm highly competitive, and I also want to demonstrate that you can do this in a disruptive way. And we save money, there's no team politics, we're closer to my boys, and it's thoroughly enjoyable. I do not regret going as a privateer. We're here only for one reason, and it may sound arrogant, but we are here to win the British Championship. We've trained very hard, we're very methodical, on the data side, on the training side, on kart setup, and I firmly believe that there is no one who is much better than us, so I have no reason to believe why we can't win the British Championship this year. Being your own boss and being in charge of your own destination is highly appealing, and that was one of the key reasons we decided to go as a private outfit. We're also quite proud, so we've established our own brand, which is Jungling Motorsport Racing. The kids feel quite loyal to it, and I get the impression that it's brought out the best in my 2 boys. And anyone who's got doubts, believe in yourself, be methodical, and you can do it.
Well, a great chat there we had to Timo's dad there earlier on in the weekend. Again, still waiting for the drivers to get themselves sorted in the dummy grid area. So while we wait for that, instead of listening to me drivel on, as Henry's disappeared from me, he's gone for a little bit of a walk around as well. Let's have a look at some of the action you can catch up later on in the year.
The karting industry in this country needs to have a revolution. We need to fully embrace the indoor karting industry, which represents the touch point for most people, their first taste of motorsport.
Team Sport are really excited to be partnering with Motorsport UK in launching the first ever British Indoor Karting Championships in 2020. Indoor karting is the most accessible form of motorsport, so literally anybody can enter. It's going to be a fantastic championships run exclusively at Team Sport tracks across the whole of the UK.
So the British Karting Championships were very important. You know, it's the place where all of the best drivers were. It was the chance to, or for me to prove, or for any driver to prove that they're the best or that they're capable of winning. And there's a lot of good drivers. And you got a lot of different championships here and there, but the British Championships are the main one, or is the main one. And that's something which I actually never won. In cadets, but I won in Formula Kart Stars in 2012 or something. And I know it's something you always remember. Racing against a lot of the best drivers, which a lot of them that do win go on to do better things in car racing and get to Formula 1 or so on. So the British Championships are some of the most competitive. People come all the way from around the world for them. And yeah, some of the most enjoyable.
I've got a lot of great memories from the British Kart Championship, winning the Cadet Championship in 2009 and then the Mini-Max Championship in 2010 were sort of some of my glory years, let's say. But no, those championships are so important. That's where the best talent all comes together. You're racing against the best in the UK, and it really helped me to push myself further because I knew the competition was so high, and you know, it really helped me raise my game to become a better driver today.
So, right on cue, here come the senior Rotax drivers for their 15-minute final here at Lydd, the opening round of the 2020 Motorsport UK British Kart Championships. And drivers going out onto the circuit. We did do a grid.
We did, yeah.
Yes. I just forgot.
Yeah.
Because it happened more than 30 seconds ago. How can I be expected to remember such things?
Yeah, I know.
Morgan Porter and Tom Edmonds on the front row of the grid. Nelson King and Lewis Gilbert on row 2. Teddy Clinton and Joseph Taylor on row 3. Then it's Kai Hunter and Tom Adams. Luke Wooder and James Tomsit. Ryan Taylor Truman and the rest. 33 drivers. I think somebody didn't quite make it out. Now let's see how many we can get through this first chicane. Oh, there's somebody grass tracking. That was number 99, Dan Holland Racing Kart.
Oh, and there's a spin there at the front of the pack. It's the 95.
That's Nelson King.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, it's Kai Hunter.
Kai Hunter, I do apologise. There's the 95, the 97. So Kai Hunter has gone to joins his brother at the back now. Can the Hunter brothers start to ascend the order? Well, they've got 15 minutes to do it. That's not the way they wanted to start the race, but it was the 99 kart was Ryan Luscombe that was going across the grass at the first thing. So 2 Dan Holland karts having issues in the first half a lap. There we go, out of the first corner, out of the final corner at the end of the first lap. Anthony,
there we go. You finally got the words out.
I got it there eventually.
It's fine. 14 minutes left on the clock. Lots of support coming in on the stream. Do get your comments in. We'll try and read as many out as we can. But 14 minutes left on the clock as the rest of these drivers go through. Argenti Motorsport leading the way from KR Sport at the moment is Morgan Porter and Tom Edmonds leading the way. And it's still very close between the two of them. It's less than half a second as we see. Well, it looks like more than half a second now, doesn't it? It's nearly a second, actually.
Yes, now Lewis Gilbert, I said earlier erroneously that he was racing to privateers again. Oh dear, that's a spin!
Oh, and right in the middle of the track there, and I can see
Joseph Taylor. So Argenti have lost one bow in their arsenal. Lewis Gilbert I had down earlier as a privateer. He's on my entry list as a privateer, but he's obviously representing Potenza Racing engines in this event. So he's down as a Potenza Racing driver, the Scotsman, Gilbert, from Dalray. So he's from Dalray in Scotland, and the darling of Dalray is up into second place. There is the number 97 of Nelson King in third position. Tom Edmonds. Now we're trying to see where Rhys Hunter, from 33rd to 21st at the end of the third lap. Still got 30 minutes to go. Morgan Porter, meanwhile, is loving this battle. He's loving this battle just as much as me and you are, Anthony, because it means that they're slowing each other down.
Yes, they are indeed, and of course, as we're watching it there, 29 and the 97. Oh no, and there's a coming together. The was that the 11 and the 49?
So the 11 kart is Magic Mash's Hamira, Masi Hamira out of the race. The 49 kart
Chris Simpson.
is Chris Simpson. So that's privateer driver on the Alonso kart out of the race, and so yeah, I mean, the Vision Motorsport team call Masi Hamira Magic Hamira, but there's been no magic tricks from Masi this weekend, unfortunately.
No, Morgan Porter, he's opened that gap up to now over 2 seconds. He's absolutely gone with the wind, as Morgan Porter for Agenti Motorsport, absolutely flying away. So all eyes at the moment then are on this second place group. Lewis Gilbert, Nelson King, Tom Edmonds, Teddy Clinton, Luke Wooder are the drivers in this group, with less than 12 minutes to go.
I mean, Luke Wooder's had his Weetabix. I mean, he was stuck down in the repechage earlier on after retirement from one of his heat races. He charged up into the top 10 from the back of the grid of the pre-final, the E-plate holder on the GMS for the GMS racing team. There he is, the English champion. He's absolutely flying. He's not flying as much as Kai Hunter, however, because Kai Hunter's just set the fast lap of the race, but he's not in the top 24 is Kai Hunter, but I'm sure he will be shortly. But I mean, this is Luke Wooder up into 5th position.
Yeah, it's a great little start from him. You can see the E-plate there as well of Luke Wooder. Like I say, yeah, he's up 4 places at the moment from his original starting spot, so a great start from him as they go scrapping again down the inside here at turn 3. And the man in front as well saying, let's think, let's try and push ahead. And that was, I think, Nelson King, as we can see.
Oh, the number 18 car, that's Edward Matthews. Well, he didn't start the pre-final, and he's lasted all of 6 laps in the final. There is a one Dan Holland kart. Teddy Clinton just absolutely sending one up the inside of Nelson King there, and then losing the place again on the exit of the corner. Oh, Luke Wooder's got a 5-second penalty. He had such a good start, that's why he was out of position. Now, Wooder, while spotting there, Anthony, he's up into 5th place, no, it's 4th place rather. You're looking at 2nd place Lewis Gilbert, 3rd place Tom Edmonds, 4th place Luke Wooder. He's got 10 minutes to maybe sort of do something and sort of jettison as many karts behind him as he can to get a 5-second gap. So he's not going to look, I mean, the chances of the podium, over.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it?
A top 10 finish, you never know. It depends how the rest of this race pans out. Looking on screen, the battle for 2nd place. It's Gilbert leading Edmonds, Wooder, King, Clinton, Adams, Malin, Tomzit, and then Taylor Truman. The rest of the top 10 all in a line. The two Philip Howarth Racing drivers are doing well, and I think, to quote Philip Howarth, he'll be thinking, all right. Because if you know Philip Howarth, he does these Facebook Live videos where he's driving back from kart circuits, looking at the road, obviously, he's not holding his phone, it's going to be illegal. And he always sounds, all right. And he'd be saying that, at the moment. Long way to go, however. But his 2 pilots are, I can tell you, with 9 minutes to go, Lewis Malin, he was moaning because this building here, Lewis Malin, oh, there he goes. Wooder's up into P3 now, so I mean, but look at all those cars behind him. So Edmonds 2nd, so Gilbert has dropped back. Where's Lewis Gilbert gone? He's back to 6th position.
Yeah, it's all jumping up and down the order there. Recap on the leader though, he's now over 3.5 seconds away from the 2nd place team. It's yeah, still 8 minutes left on the clock, so hold on, as that could all change. But again, all eyes still on this battle. Now we're looking, of course, at the battle further down. So you got Tom Edmonds in 2nd place still. Luke Wooder, the E-plate, he's in 3rd. He's up 6 places, but he's got a 5-second time penalty for an out-of-position start or a race start infringement. So he's not going to finish in that spot, which is a huge devastation for him. Nelson King in the 97 is in 4th place at the moment. So still on a spot for a podium spot if all stays like this. 8 minutes left on the clock as they head through turn number 1 again. Still absolutely nailing it, and it looked like the 97 down the inside. Good and move. Yes, gets it done there. Well timed into that tricky tight turn 2 chicane.
Good move, and Wooder,
straight back.
Wooder's not. I said earlier, he likes an attack. Does Luke Wooder? He attacked the start just a little bit too much. And a little bit behind this, so this is the group for third place. Edmonds second, and they're falling back a little bit. Now, Luke Wood is also known to not want to give up positions. He's not one to sort of work and sort of slipstream. He will defend no matter what lap we're on if he thinks that, you know, it's the right time to defend. And, you know, whenever there's a kart behind him, Luke Wood says, right, now it's time to defend. So, I mean, it's going to drop him back, but also, in a situation, in a normal race, he's thinking he's fighting for the podium. He doesn't know that he's got a 5-second penalty. He doesn't know that by defending now, he is losing more places, even though he hasn't been passed on circuit, because more and more drivers, and there is number 5, Reese Hunter, and Reese Hunter is up into 15th position, and pretty soon, do you know what? There's only 3 seconds between Luke Wooder, because Porter's gone, Edmonds is going, there's Wooder, and at the tail end of this group we're looking at now, from the back of the grid is there, kart number 5. Well picked up, cameraman, thank you very much, Reese Hunter.
Yeah, he's obviously had a bad pre-final there. He retired earlier on, which is why he started nearer the back on this one. And of course, all eyes that need to be looking a little further back as well, because Kai Hunter, consistent fastest laps of the race. He's now back up into the top 20, 19th place after his abysmal start that he had. So Kai is absolutely flying out there at the moment.
Yeah. Now finally one of the Dan Holland karts has shuffled Luke Wooder away. So Nelson King, this could be the podium. This could be with 6 minutes to go, the podium getting decided. Nelson King has got past Luke Wooder. If it takes Teddy Clinton more than a couple more corners to get past Wooder, King is going to go. I don't think Wooder's kart is as quick as some of these others up front. I mean, he has got there by grit and determination. Clinton makes his move as well. Now, will Wooder come back at him coming down this straight they're coming on to now? He's going to try his best, but I have to say that compared to some of the karts around him, Wooder's kart looks like it's beginning to struggle for pace a little bit. You can see the back end very, very loose through the final corner. That scrubbed off a little bit of speed.
Yeah.
Through the first chicane, Gilbert in the number 29 kart has got the 2 Philip Howarth racing drivers, led by James Tomsett right behind them. Then it's Lewis Malin. William Ellswood is now William Ellswood in the number 19 kart, and the number 13 of Ben Burgess have also joined this group. Also in this group is the number 37 of Sam Stansbury, and then it is the number 87 of Riley Stevenson, and then it is the number 5 kart of Reese Hunt. You can see him on your screen there. He's already deposed the number 65 kart of Ryan Taylor Truman. So Hunter, this is a blast from last.
It is, yes. That's a good one. Good way of putting it. Less than 5 minutes left on the clock then, and we're looking still a little further ahead. I can see the 45 there and the 97. Of course, we're looking at Teddy Clinton and Nelson King at the moment. They're still scrapping away a little further back. Here's the 15 that we're looking at here, or the 13, I think it is. I think it's Ben Burgess that we were looking at.
That's Burgess in the pink and purple Vision Motorsport machine. There's a battle. There goes Clinton past his teammate King for third. Now, I can't remember Teddy Clinton being on the podium of a British Championship round before, but he's driven very, very well this weekend. And he's on course for one at the moment, although Nelson King will have something to say about it. I have to say something about Morgan Porter. We're not seeing him very much, but Argenti Motorsport formed the start of this season. I think they might have done the Winter Cup, or the Rotax Winter Cup, or the Winter, whatever it was in Campios. Did one event, then of course we had lockdown, and they didn't do anything. Oh, there's a technical flag there for the number 49, that's Chris Simpson, who is no longer going to be part of this race, sadly. He already had a crash, but now he's going to be out full properly. So Argenti, they formed this new team. Oh, there is the number 99 kart of Ryan Luscombe. We saw him have a moment on the first lap. But Argenti, they did one race, I think it was, then lockdown, and then they came back. Their next race was Kart Masters. Porter won that for them. So Morgan Porter going 2 for 2 at the moment. 2 major events, 2 wins for a brand new race team. It's run by Danny Sweeney, who was an ex-driver, raced an Xspirit chassis in the Minimax class a long time ago. And now Wooder is getting muscled out of the way, and have a look there, 3 minutes to go. Wooder is now just behind Lewis Gilbert, just in front of William Ellswood. I'm trying to see, so he's 6.8 seconds off the lead, down to 11 seconds. Well, unfortunately, Wooder's penalty is going to drop him down to about 20th position.
Yeah, it will do. And with 2.5 minutes left on the clock, and what is that? Is that our technical flag
That was the that was the XL. Yeah, you can see Chris Simpson, the XL Motorsport driver, sort of shrugging his shoulders. What's the matter? What do they do?
Yeah. So big shame for them. 2.5 minutes left on the clock. And what have you spotted?
That was Rhys Hunter making a move. So Hunter has now attached himself to the back of this lead group. The group battling over what is third position, really, or fourth position rather, and he's starting to pick them off one by one.
Yeah, Kai Hunter as well there. Cameraman spotted him. He's latching onto the back of this group as well. Up into 15th place now.
Right, so we've now... So Riley Stevenson has been put to the sword by Rhys Hunter, and now James Tomsett has gone the same way as well. Stevenson capitalising to repass, to pick up a place there as well. So Hunter now is... Where's number 5 car? 12th. Lewis Malin, next in line. Driver that finished just behind him in last year's British Championship. Lewis Malin was bemoaning the paucity of the shower facilities here at the circuit, and because he's camping here with no shower, so let's not stand. Everyone wants to get past him very quickly. No, I'm joking. Lewis is driving very, very well, but he's about to be the next victim of Rhys Hunter, and number 13 is following him through as well. So Ben Burgess doing a great job. He's latched onto Rhys Hunter. He's thinking, right, if you open the door, I'll go through it. Here's the battle for third place once again. Teddy Clinton repasses Nelson King for third position. Tom Adams is in fifth position, and then it's Lewis Gilbert. So it's now Tom Adams who is the head of this group now in fifth place rather. Rhys Hunter in kart 5. There's fifth place, and we got a minute to go. I think definitely a top 10 for Rhys Hunter. He's in 10th now. How much further up he can pick off another couple? I think fifth place is out of reach. There's Sam Stansbury having a very, very good drive in the kart number 37 out of the repechage for Stansbury.
Yeah, less than a minute to go. 40 seconds on the timer. And your race leader, Morgan Porter, he's not been spoken about much today, but there's no need because he's flying away with a 4.5 second lead from second place, Tom Edmonds for KR Sports, who's also got almost a second gap to the driver in third place, which is Teddy Clinton.
But not by much. Clinton has got about 3 kart lengths. Oh, who's that falling out of the race? Looked like the number 4. Ooh.
I think it was a
Josh
mechanical.
Pullen.
Yeah,
Josh
it was
Pullen.
Josh Pullen. He had a technical flag. The meatball came out.
The meatball flag, yep, and it's now. So the clock about to strike 0. So the race leader Morgan Porter is on to lap number 25 of the final. So you might say he hasn't had his money's worth in terms of coverage in this race, but to be fair, he did the track work. I mean, we replayed that about 5 times today. So he's had, and he's absolutely walked away with this one. There is the battle for fifth position. Now, Adams in the number 17 kart in fifth has got Gilbert in 6th, Stansbury in 7th, Wooder on the road in 8th, 9th is Ellswood, and 10th is Rhys Hunter. So, top 5, well, Rhys Hunter, the clock strikes here. He's going to be starting the last lap soon. How many more can Rhys pick off? This has been a superb drive from Rhys Hunter from 34th on the grid, the 33rd of the grid, sorry, up into the top 10. Last lap board is out. Tom Adams, a former double English junior Rotax champion, Coles Racing, is there in 5th position. And where is Hunter going to pick them up? He's going to have a little look going into this track, this corner, I'm sure, but because everyone is defending, so the opportunity doesn't present itself there. Now Hunter gets a good drive off the corner, and it's going to be, this Ellswood goes down to 10th place, Hunter up to 9th, but here is your race dominator and race winner. The GP plate holder, Morgan Porter, takes the win by the length of the front straight. Fantastic drive, all on his own from Tom Edmonds. And who took third? Which of the Dan Holland drivers took third?
It was Teddy Clinton.
Teddy Clinton in third by a whisker over Nelson King. And on the line, it looked like Tom Adams just held off Lewis Gilbert for 5th position. Sam Stansbury in 7th. Rhys Hunter will come home in 8th place. William Ellswood 9th, Ben Burgess 10th. Luke Wooder did finish on the road in at 7th place, but he will drop to 19th with the penalty applied. Another very exciting race. Not necessarily for the race win, but again, that is, as close to perfection as Morgan Porter gets. Here comes the winning driver. There is the results on screen, and Porter, well, lights to flag. Looking further back, Riley Stevenson, a good drive from Riley Stevenson. James Tomsett finishes 14th, Ben Casely 15th, then Ryan Taylor Truman, George Holbrook in 17th. Now some of the drivers that failed to finish, we lost Josh Pullen, Chris Simpson, Ryan Luscombe, Edward Matthews, Magic Mashish Hamera and Joseph Taylor out of that one. And Reese Hunter coming on there. So there's the number 17 cart. There's Tom Adams going off the weighbridge. There's Reese Hunter. Oh no, that's right, that's Nelson King. Saying third? Yeah, no, I got third. No, fourth. So he finishes fourth. He goes to the weighbridge as well.
No, he's number 4.
And well, you could see on the right-hand side of your screen there, in that that blue race suit with the black stripe all the way down the side, at Morgan Porter just leaning back on the barrier there, chatting to Tom Edmonds about that race. Like, yeah, pretty standard, pretty uneventful for both of them. And that was the key, was to sort of get the break and not get embroiled in the battle, because at one point Luke Wooder was up into third position and was defending for all he was worth. So a good scrap, 26 laps in the final for the senior Rotax drivers. And you can see with the microphone on a stick, Anthony Jordan approaching Morgan Porter. Now Morgan, I'm sure Morgan will have a couple of choice words for us. We're going to be speaking to him, but looking back here, you can see the two Dan Holland drivers there with the bright, the sort of turquoise blue and yellow race suits there, the Hunter brothers, just sort of, you know, that's Clinton and King congratulating each other. But we are going to speak to the race winner any moment now.
There we go. So thank you, Henry. Morgan, what a race that was. You must have had your Weetabix, and I think so did the engine. What happened there? You dominated.
Yeah, it was a nice clean start. Just got away really, and then it was plain sailing from there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it looked like a cracking stuff. I mean, the team's put a lot of effort into the karts today, and say to come home with such a commanding lead. I mean, you almost had the start-finish straight for the lead.
Yeah, I could see behind me that I had quite a big lead, but with the karts on point, I can't really blame it. To get away it was easy enough for me. The Kart Republic chassis, absolutely wonderful in this Rotax class with the KR Sport engines. Yeah, they are the bollocks.
Yeah, they have absolutely smashed it, haven't they? And of course, KR Sport, a great team as well. Just putting the engines together. I know Ash quite well, and yeah, they do great engines. But again, a fantastic win from that one. Again, the rain hold off. It looked like it was going to be another touch and go one on that one, but with the wind so strong, how is the wind affecting the karts out there at all?
There's a little bit of a crosswind as you go over the hump over the back. It has a little bit of a moment, but it's easy enough to control. You just got to really be aggressive with the kart to keep it in. But no, it is hard out there with the wind. I imagine the guys behind were having a tough time down this back straight because the toe was really, really big.
Yeah, well, you handled it well. A fantastic win, 4 seconds gap. Well done for round one.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Cheers. Back to you, Henry.
Thank you, Anthony. And well, two things to take out of that interview. Firstly, obviously, the driver that does the track walk with me is now 1 for 1. And what Morgan meant to say about the KR Sport engine, it said it's the absolute dog's danglies, is what he meant to say. But in the heat of the moment, he may have slipped out another word, which I won't repeat for fear of losing my job. But no, that was, again, a great emotion there at the end there. That's the drivers get out there all amped up at the end of a race like that. And who can blame them? And you can hear on the wind is blowing, but the wind is blowing us towards the final race. Now, on the social media that we get as the racing goes on, we can see what people are saying on the YouTube live stream. And this next driver, he was getting an awful lot of love out there from other people. Finishing as the top rookie in senior Rotax in 13th place overall. It's Riley Stevenson. Is that the one? Is that privateer? You know, that's top rookie. Well done, Riley. Now, I think the top privateer finishing in the top 10, I'm not sure if he's here, it was Sam Stansbury. So well done to Sam. But now we're on to the top 3 overall. Finishing in 3rd place, it was Teddy Clinton. Teddy just beating out his teammate Nelson King on the last lap for 3rd place. 2nd place, making a good start and staying clear of all the battling, Tom Edmonds. But your winner, that's 2 major races for the Argenti team in 2020. 2 wins. It's the GP plate holder, Morgan Porter. So now Morgan, let Chris take his photo. But Morgan, as races go, that's the one that every driver wants. A good start from pole position, lots of battling behind, and then you can just sort of not cruise round, but sort of relax and manage the kart, manage the tyres with no threat from behind.
Yeah, I could just, after the first 3 laps, I could just tell I was breaking away. I was able to see that Gilbert was struggling behind, and it was a nice, easy, kind of preserving the tyres, engine, and it came home to bring the win. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, nearly a 5-second margin of victory. It hasn't been that easy all weekend, though, has it? There's a lot of strong competition. The 2 drivers standing next to you, and a lot more that didn't quite make it onto the podium. You're in for a tough season, aren't you?
I definitely am. These boys gave me a hard weekend for sure. In the heats, they definitely didn't stop, and they proved to be that a Rotax grid is definitely hard. Yeah.
Excellent, congratulations. You got through the whole interview without swearing. Well done. Morgan Porter and the rest of the senior Rotax podium, everybody.